Yo, what's going on, Valoramous Vanguards? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another tutorial video on the DDJ-FLX10. And I'm sure if you're anything like me, you are wondering, how does this system differ from the DDJ-1000? So if you've been watching my channel for a few years, you will probably recall that I have covered the DDJ-1000 in depth, and I have a video right here that I'll pin to this video that covers the DDJ-1000. It's a full tutorial over 1 hour long that'll cover all the features that you need to know about that system. But this system is an evolution, not a revolution, compared to the DDJ-1000, but I like it better because it's more obvious. The features are more intuitive. Some things are bigger and brighter, and you have a few new features such as the stem separation, which is quite beneficial. If, for example, if you're playing a very popular track out live and you only want to play the vocals, you can simply mute the drums, the instrumental section, and then you have a vocal or a cappella only section of the song that the audience will sing along with you as the DJ. So there's better features on this system, but I'm going to discuss the main differences and my initial impressions. So first, let's get into the obvious difference, which would be the stems separation. So you have 3 buttons in the top, and those are drums, vocals, and instrumental in blue, green, and red. And what I like about this is when you press one of the buttons, or two, let's say you press 2 of the buttons, you want to just play the vocals, you will press the drums and the instrumental to deactivate those buttons. And then what happens is the jog wheel will light up the same color as that stem that you were highlighting, or the only stem that is remaining or activated, which is the vocals. So the jog wheel is actually green now if I'm only playing vocals. So here's what this could potentially sound like. This is just the vocals. This is my track right here. Now if I add the drums, the instrumental, drums, and now let's add the instrumental. Now let's take away the vocals. It's not perfect. When you take away the vocals, it sounds a little underwater, but it's not bad. Just the vocals. It sounds a little wonky because I'm listening with my producer ears, but you could tell that the steps feature, it does work. And as a DJ in a live environment, when there's alcohol and there's noise and people are talking, most people are not going to be able to recognize this, especially because most people do not have DJ or producer ears where you can notice these small differences. So I think this is a huge win for the DDJ-FLX10. Obviously, the next iteration of this DJ equipment should see an improvement on the stem separation. I think artificial intelligence has only become better as the years progress, but that's the first noticeable difference. The second noticeable difference is the buttons are more obvious, and the features that you were implementing as a DJ is more obvious. So the one that I drew attention to right away as soon as I turned on this piece of DJ equipment were the beat effects. Now on the DDJ-1000, this is what annoyed me a little bit, is I always had to go down to the beat effects selector knob, and I had to make sure that I had it either set to master or set to the exact channel that I wanted to apply beat effects. But now, on top of the DJ equipment, it actually highlights with a little blinking blue light which channels are activated. So right away when I look down, I know where the beat effects are, and that's a very welcome shift. Much of the other buttons are the same, but it's just a bit more obvious. So you had the stem separation, you had more obvious highlights of what you are implementing as a DJ. The next would be the jog wheel screens themselves. The jog wheel screens are fairly similar to the DDJ-1000, but there's a few slight differences. I think, like the previous point, the values, the numbers, the information on the jog wheel screens are a bit more obvious. It's more intuitive what tempo range you're utilizing because that number is a bit more bold and there's a square box around it. So now when I adjust the tempo range, I can see it shift and it's more obvious. But for the most part, the jog wheel screen is the same, but what it is different is with Rekordbox version 6 or 7 and the DDJ-FLX10, these jog wheels, the tension, the response, it's tighter, it's faster. My scratching is also improved just because this system has less latency. It's more responsive, it's faster. So I like that. In terms of the pad modes and the beat effects and the sound color effects, those are mostly all the same. There's a few differences. For example, the beat effects now has this stretch feature, but for the main features, it's still pretty much the same, especially because like the tricks that I'm always grabbing towards, especially on the pad modes, hot cues, pad effects, beat jump, sampler, that's all the same. And then the beat effects, I'm still utilizing the same features for the most part, which are echo, mitteltragi delay, maybe a little bit trans, reverb, and then the flanger and phaser. The stretch, I'm probably not going to use as much, and in image jet, probably not. So overall, the system is more responsive. It's faster with less latency. You have the stem separation. You also can apply these beat effects to individual stems themselves. So same thing with the blue, green, and red colors for drums, vocal, instrumental, respectively. You have that as well for the effects part selects. The effects part select will allow you to only apply it to the vocals and only apply it to the drums or the instrumental. So I'm going to show you a little bit of an example. So if I want to apply just the beat effects to just the vocals, I'm going to deselect the drums, the instrumental, so the blue and red buttons, and then I'll only have the green button high-low. See, my producer ears can hear that. It's only applying it to the vocals and not the entire track, because on the DDJ-1000, when I would apply that mitteltragi delay, I could not distinguish it. So if I was applying the mitteltragi delay, it would apply to the entire track. So the drums, the kick drum, the snares, the claps, the hi-hats, those would all get a delay effect, as would the pads, the synthesizers, the pianos, and the vocals. The whole thing would be. So if you want to have a bit of a cleaner mix, that's what I like about the DDJ-FLX10 compared to the DDJ-1000. So this system, it starts to delve into the realm of being a producer a little bit, because with stem separation, you're going to be able to incorporate more features into your DJ sets. And I suspect that Alpha Theta or Pioneer DJ is only going, the systems will only become more advanced as time progresses. And the worlds of being a producer and being a DJ are more and more intertwined, especially with AI. I know a lot of people are intimidated by AI or afraid of being left behind, but AI could be a tool that will enhance the live environment, because you could take all your skills that you know as a producer, implement that as a DJ, and you're going to set yourself apart from someone who is only a DJ or a producer who has spent his or her time behind the computers producing music and doesn't know how to DJ. That's why I really think it behooves you. You have to focus on both skill sets at the same time, and you have to do both. So first impressions of this piece of kit are it's faster, less latency, the buttons are more responsive, the jog wheels are better. I mean, of course, my system the DDJ-1000 was a few years old, so that's naturally the system is going to break down and not be as mechanically sound. But with the stem separation and some of the more obvious features, especially those beat effects, highlighted colors that tells you with the beat effects selector which tracks you're applying that beat effects, it makes this a bit more intuitive. So we're going to bring my camera around on top of the equipment, bird's eye view, and I'm going to summarize and cover again what I just explained to the camera. But all in all, I am excited to continue to delve more into the system and release more tutorial videos for you on the DDJ-FLX10, which will be an evolution from my previous content that covered the DDJ-1000. But I also covered the CJ-3000, so there'll be more CJ-3000 videos coming as well. So let's go bird's eye view and let's delve more into this equipment. Okay, this is bird's eye view of the DDJ-FLX10. So again, first impressions. So instantly, if you're very familiar with the DDJ-1000, the first feature that you are going to instantly recognize, of course, this is one of the selling points of the system, are going to be the stem separation. So it's going to be these blue, green, and red buttons here, here, and here. This is for the effects, and this is for the track itself. So if I'm playing a track, I can just highlight the vocals. The jog wheel goes green, and it's just the vocals. So this is a very popular song that people like to sing along to. You can just play the vocals.
I feel so free.
So, initial impression, this is much better. It's incorporating AI to do this. And obviously the vocals sound wonky because I'm in a home environment, but in a live environment when there's a lot of noise and people talking and distractions, most people, the average patron, they're not going to know. But I do expect, of course, this software to get better as the years progress, and future iterations of this DJ hardware could be better. So the jog wheels are a bit better, 5 to 10%, as discussed. It's a little bit more obvious, but it's not completely different. It's almost virtually the same as the DDJ-1000. I like that these buttons right here for the beat effects, based on the beat effects selector track selector knob, it tells you which one you have highlighted. The only thing is if you select microphone or sampler, it doesn't. There's no blinking light there for microphone or sampler, but for the most part, you're not applying these effects to your own voice or to a sample. So I typically keep it on the master channel. That way it applies it to all the channels, including the microphone and sampler. But I really like that. That's a much better feature compared to the DDJ-1000. The jog wheels it's more responsive, it's faster, there's less tension, better latency. So I like that better. The manual backspins are actually much easier to do. And that's with jog feel set to this kind of 1 o'clock position, which is typically where I've had it in the past on the DDJ-1000. So these jog wheels are much better. And of course the system's new, so it's gonna be more responsive, but it's new, but that's a better feature. Then you have this 4 button, which is an auto loop. That's maybe a bit more intuitive for people because you instantly see that 4 right away. And then in terms of the sound color effects, the pad modes, the beat effects, these are virtually the same. With the beat effects, you have a new beat effects called Stretch, which I experimented with, and it doesn't really sound that great. So I'll probably be sticking with the previous beat effects that I've always used in the past. A lot of these other buttons are the same. They're just maybe a bit more intuitive or maybe a bit more obvious. But all in all, again, the theme of this channel is going to be evolution, not revolution with this system. But the main difference is going to be the introduction of this stem separation, which is a big feature because you now can create acapellas of your tracks without having to find that acapella. So there's definitely some benefits here to this system, and this is only the beginning of AI in DJing. Okay, so we've now covered the features that actually matter on the DDJ-FLX10, and I give you my initial impressions. So if you want to learn more impressions about the DDJ-FLX10, then click here or here, and I'll see you in the next video.
3, 2, 1, lose it. Let's get elevated.